was Tuesday the, I think it's the 6th, yeah, it's the 6th of April, that's today. I'm gonna put this out today. I'm on my way to Highbury Fields to train with a new client. And obviously every Tuesday I try and drop a YouTube video. Every other week I drop someone's 5k perspective. I dropped Jason's last week, so check that out if you haven't seen it yet. His one's very insightful and relatable to me because he's suffered from an Achilles injury, and last month I was suffering with soreness on my Achilles, so I couldn't actually run. So I dropped down to like 2 runs a week, basically my Saturday and Sunday run were the only runs I was doing last month. But now my Achilles is healed. Hopefully you can hear me because it's quite windy. So yeah, check out his episode if you haven't yet. Today's video, I just wanted to talk about gratitude. So gratitude is something I've been practicing daily. I started doing it in 2019, I'd say August, July or August, but I think it was August. I have to double check my first book. And I spoke about this before on an Instagram post. Bought a gratitude book years back, I think like 2013, 14, and it was a secret gratitude book. So if you know about The Secret, it was Rhonda Bryan, I believe her name is. It was her secret, it was her gratitude book. And when I opened it, I thought it was going to be the book, The Secret. So I was like, yeah, I want to read this. Law of attraction, all of that stuff. And it was just blank pages where you were supposed to write down what you were grateful for and what you wanted to achieve. So when I saw it was blank pages, I just put the book away. I was like, this is dead. Like, why am I doing the work? Like, I swear author's meant to write a book and we're meant to read it. But years later, and I think it was because I was qualified as a PT and things weren't working out for me the way I wanted them to, or how I had planned them in my head, I picked it back up again in 2019. And I said, let me give this a go. And then what I started doing was writing down all the little things in life that I'm grateful for. So we live quite a fast-paced life. We're always on the move. We're always wanting to keep up to date with like the latest craze or whatever. So we often lose sight of the small things that, well, the things that we think are small, but really they're all that matters. And we've already got a lot of them already, but we'll get distracted and want other things. So the first time I wrote down what I was grateful for, I ended up just writing down what I was grateful for. I didn't actually write down what I wanted, but it was also good because it made me realize how many things I actually have. And what I'll do is insert the first page of my gratitude book and all the things that I wrote down that day. But then from there were days that I missed, days that I remembered, days that I forgot to write in it. Now, 2021, every day I write in my gratitude book. I like to do it early in the morning, so like when I get out of the shower normally, I'll write in it. And I mainly include stuff that I'm gonna use that day, or stuff that I'm grateful to have used the day before. So for example, I'm cycling to my client, so I'll write down that I'm grateful for my bicycle. Fixation, let me get fixation on there. That's fixation. It just keeps you grounded in terms of how much things you take for granted. So every day that I start, the first thing that I'm always writing that I'm grateful for is life. Today's Tuesday, 6th of April. How many people do you think didn't make it to today? But I've got life, so I'm grateful for that. And that's the first one I start with. Then I write down health.
A few moments later.
Picking up off of, well, let me try and get better views so you lot. I looked over the footage, obviously I'm crouched, or I looked over the footage, I'm on my bike, so you're just seeing my pedal back, and where the wind's so strong, can't even do no hands for too long. But yeah, with gratitude, doing it daily, writing down the things that I'm grateful for, reminding myself how blessed I am just to have life, to have health. So those two go hand in hand, because obviously everyone that's watching this that's alive today has life, but if you don't look after your health, you're not going to lead a good life. So it's important that you look after your health. For a lot of people, they wait until that something major happens to their health to look after their health, or they wait until it's too late. But you want to be in a scenario where you're looking after your health on a day-to-day basis, and you don't have to go to the extremes, but even if it's just eating cleaner on a certain day of the week, trying to reduce your sugar intake, simple stuff, exercising, whether it's cold, whether it's sunny, try and do something. Something is always better than nothing. That's what I always tell people. So you might not be able to do what you see others doing, but if you make a start today, in due time those little steps will all add up. So cool. Gratitude is something that's been very beneficial for me, because as I said, we're always chasing things. We sometimes forget how fortunate we are to have the things we have, but there's also different ways to show your gratitude. So me, I write it down. Some people, they verbally say affirmations in the mirror, or they'll verbally say what they're grateful for when they wake up in the morning. So there's so many different ways, but for me, I just like writing it down, because then you can revisit it at a later date and then see how close you are to some of your goals. So for example, the goals that I wrote when I first started practicing gratitude, I've hit some of them. Obviously some of them I haven't hit, but some of them I have hit, and it just builds your belief in you and your patience. Certain things I ask for every day, and I'll probably always ask for them, and that's stuff like patience, empathy, peace of mind, and stuff like that. So yeah man, gratitude is something that's definitely helped me. What I'm probably going to do before the end of the year is release my own gratitude books. But even after I finished that book, my first gratitude book, I just started using a notebook and just got into the habit of writing down on one side of the page the things I'm grateful for, and then on the other side things that I want to achieve. So yeah man, just stay grateful, especially during these times now. A lot of people are affected and everyone works differently. To be honest with you, I've enjoyed the lockdown, because I'm not really an outgoing person, so I see a lot of people complaining about, oh, I miss going out. Before this whole pandemic, I never liked going out anyway. Unless it's one of my close people's birthdays, you're really not going to see me out at like a motive or whatever. So yeah, and it's helped me focus more on me. So even like, it's mad, but you can always obviously flip negatives into a positive. So for example, when the pandemic hit, some of my clients were no longer able to train with me, which meant I had more time for me. So I started working on things that I weren't able to work on before, or I weren't committing as much time to before, because I was busy with clients. Now it's picking back up again, and I'm proud. And obviously even stuff like the Run the Borough stuff. So I made a post on Instagram 3 days ago about Run the Borough Hackney, and how long ago I wanted to launch that, and how like when I met them from quite early on, I said I want to have a sponsorship, a sponsored run. So for that to even come to fruition is so dope. And then I'm trying to think of the other big ones. The other big one was really the sub 18. I remember these things are great, these are personal to you because they're your goals. So for me to tell someone who runs that I want to get sub 18, they may look at that goal and think, what, sub 18? I run sub 15 or sub 14 or whatever. I met a guy the other day, he runs 14 minutes something on the 5k, and he's already ran 1,500 kilometers this year, and we're April the 6th. So make sure your goals are personal. My task for you is, if you watch this video to this point, try write down, even now, grab a pen and paper, write down 10 things that you're grateful for that you have. You can start with life, You can start with life, you can start with family, friends, that's already 3. I'm sure you've got a family member that you care for, whether it's your mum, dad, brother, sister. And then write down 10 things that you want to achieve, however small or big those things are, doesn't matter. You might set a goal to work out 1 day this week. You might set a goal to go on a walk. You might set out a goal to do 500 steps, 1,000 steps. All these goals, cater it to you and what you believe you can achieve. And then as you start hitting those goals, you can decide whether you want to take it up a notch or whether you're happy with where you're at. I hope some of you practice gratitude today or tomorrow or whenever you see this video, and it helps you with your goals.